You might have been born first, but you are not as important as the rest of us anymore. So,
So you think like there's like a bunch of zebras up in space?
something more similar to that.
Yeah. They're at the,
Oh, baby.
All right.
Hey.
Here we are. Hello. Our first annual table talks. It's not going to be annual. No. So let's start with introducing ourselves first. We'll go this way.
Okay.
We'll keep the introductions smaller than what we
Yeah.
did for the test run.
Okay. My name's Trinity, and I'm with the Cliffdale site, and I lead high school girls.
Perfect.
I've been doing it for about a year now, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
Pressure. My name's George. I lead Anderson Creek, site director, and yeah, that's about it. Unless if you want more.
Nope, that's exactly what I want.
Okay.
I'm Cherish, and I led the middle school and high school girls at Executive Place. Shout out to them.
I was going to say, I meant to talk to you before. I was going to say your introduction will be former student leader.
Okay, cool. I was like, led, here we go.
We actually kicked her out. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
They
kidding.
did.
No, she decided Raeford was where she wanted to hang out at.
I don't know. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, that's good.
Raeford's a nice place to be
It's,
Why
yeah.
would you say that?
because I'm Josiah and I'm the Raeford Students Site Director.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'm glad that you are out hanging out at Raeford Site with us,
Well, thank you.
taking care of the kids.
I feel like I should clarify also student site director because I don't want Tony seeing this and just being like, "What did you say?"
George is actually in charge of Anderson Creek as well.
I'm the Anderson Creek site director.
Site director.
Okay, so it's going really well, so you can start actual thing.
You're awesome, Sungyoung. Thank you. Sungyoung is legit the best.
He didn't know that we did. We already started.
Turns out we're in it.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing it.
From the time I walked into the building,
Yeah.
I've been ready to have conversations.
I-
If you guys couldn't tell
I
when we were
could
talking
tell.
before, I on the drive here, I was making the decision of what I was going to portray, what I was going to do, how am I going to interact, and this is we're in it. I pulled in the parking lot and I was probably already turned on. I was making jokes at the coffee shop.
Is that where you went?
Yep. So this is where this.
That looks like a little Starbucks cup.
No, this is
No, it does
this
look-
is the Manna
World Cafe.
Wow.
World Cafe. Yep.
Shout out.
What'd you get?
It's it was on cream cold brew, cold cream cold brew.
That sounds good.
Sure.
I don't know.
It was
That was correct.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
That sounds like something you could drink.
That sounds like a drink. So yeah.
So that sounds accurate. All right, so thank you so much for being here, guys. I am like trying to figure out how to do this best with the two cameras. I'm not really in it, but that's fine. I'm just here to kind of like poke this conversation a little bit. And from the conversations you guys were having before, I don't need to poke very hard. We already got into a major debate about Crocs and Birkenstocks and rainbows in a matter of minutes. So we'll dive on in. I don't know if any of you guys looked over the notes. I know I gave almost all of you the first example that we have here. But just a little bit of context to this because it's very out there. We will be analyzing the song Rollercoaster by the Jonas Brothers. We will be doing this for more of my benefit. My husband claims that there is some very deep meaning to the song Rollercoaster as
Totally.
how it goes along with the Jonas Brothers in their journey. So I'm not sure if that's what you caught from the song, but I would
Yes.
like, yeah, Trinity, you seem like you take it away.
Accepted it.
Yeah. Like 2 years ago when this song came out, I was like blasting the whole album like all summer long. And this was one of my favorite songs from it. It was Rollercoaster and then I Believe. Yeah. They were both like really good. And yeah, I think it definitely has deeper meaning. So I don't know. What do you
Never
guys
heard
think?
it. But
You didn't even bother to listen to it before you
today.
came. Okay, I was gonna say.
I listened to it today, and I like on Apple Music now how you can hit the little lyric button, and the
Yeah.
lyrics
yeah.
go across the screen for you. So, because as I started to read these, I was like, I can't really hear it.
Oh,
I can't
Yeah.
pick it out exactly. So now I'm listening to the music
Yep.
and the song, and I'm seeing the lyrics go by, and I was able to try and take it in a little bit better. So okay,
It definitely
I lied.
had a
I
different
have heard
flow.
it,
Yeah.
but
From what I
not
was
before this
expecting.
morning.
No, you have.
way different flow from what I was expecting. Because we checked it out and we listened to it earlier today, and like I just spoke it through. I was just talking, and I was like, man, this is crap.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
and then
I was like, why are we?
and then I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that actually does make sense on how
Okay.
it vibes. It just wasn't connecting.
I was about to leave. I'm kidding.
You're not gonna like what I'm saying through the rest of this. I don't know if there is a deeper meaning. To me, I believe that the song should have been given to someone else. I do.
Like a different band?
Yeah, a different genre even.
I
Because you're
think it's
talking about
perfect.
being like on the road, this different form of life and everything, and all I can think of is like the Lumineers or someone like them, a folk band taking it and being very hipster with it. That's all I could imagine.
Summer nights.
I have to say, you have to watch the documentary.
Yes.
You have to watch the documentary
It's a
because they go over some of the songs kind of, and it's explaining their whole story and how they started out really small and they were on the road all the time, like going to all these different places and kind of like the highs and lows. And so I feel like this song is just like a perfect description of like where they started and they're looking back on where they've come from. And
Are you a huge Jonas Brothers like?
no,
No,
I never
okay.
was. I never was until I watched the documentary and they got back together as a band.
Built respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good though. Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so just to be clear, on the printout we have, I think it says no lows, right? And highs only once. But they do repeat it multiple times in the song that they were low lows and high highs. Right? You know, it's something. So I found some typos
Okay.
from what I found on Apple Music.
Who's
Oh,
correct?
no.
Apple Music or Google?
I don't know. I think
about
it's
to find
gonna be
out.
Apple Music. Are you singing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm just gonna talk it through, brother.
Well, I am hoping to go ahead and get on the highway conversation. Is this where they are? Are they on Interstate 10?
I
are
honestly
they
was
headed back
looking
to
that
LA
up
on
trying to
Interstate
find
10?
out. I think so.
I mean, I know 10
They're on a
runs
roller coaster.
from Florida all the way to California, and I think
Maybe.
that 10 spits
guess
you out
so.
right there in LA. So I'm pretty sure we're now on the road with them
Just
on
trust me.
Interstate
Just-
10
I
at
don't
2
know.
a.m.
Well, I believe. Okay.
My bedtime's at 10. I can't be out at 2 a.m. Sorry.
I believe so.
Same.
The Jonas Brothers in the documentary, they, were young, very young, teens, early teens, and they started their journey as a band. They moved. Do you know where they're from originally?
I forgot.
Texas, right?
I forgot.
I don't.
They
I
were
feel
part of a
like it was,
church.
like,
They were raised in the
Vermont.
church.
Vermont or something. Yeah,
That
they were
sounds
raised
more
in the
right.
church.
Yeah.
They don't
so
want
then
Texan.
they go to California, and they explode, and then they break up. I don't know if you knew this, but they broke up. Brothers. Just
Yeah, brothers don't always get along,
no.
They had a falling out.
just to be clear.
Yeah, they had a falling out.
Really?
They went their separate ways. And then they came back, and then this is one of the songs that they put out after coming back. So in my husband's mind, he says that this is the story of their life, basically, or their
It
journey.
is,
So
yeah.
it could have been a highway from Vermont, or I honestly don't know.
We'll just say
Texas
East
somewhere.
Coast. It's definitely
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
to west.
10 goes from
Yeah.
Daytona, right? Or Jacksonville is first, then Daytona, right?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, so it goes
Yeah.
from Jacksonville all the way through, all the way up to California.
Yep.
That's 10, Interstate 10.
Or it's the highway of touring, like Trinity had said,
Life is a highway.
from being on the road.
Yeah, and they're just
Yes.
trying to hide. I mean, flying down
There's Route
10.
66 on this sucker.
I just wanted to put myself in their shoes and try and find out where they are, all happy and hazy and what
Happy.
phase they're in.
Well, it says happiness begins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. It's fun. I've been on plenty of road trips where it's the middle of the night and you're getting goofy and loopy.
I just get sleepy.
It's like a sleepy haze of goofiness, right? Like once you pass that one phase, it's like, oh, you're all sleepy.
Yep.
Someone's trying to go to sleep, and you're still driving, and then someone's in the back.
Yep.
They wake up all of a sudden, and they're energized, and then they get the whole car going again. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's so I get it. I get the first couple
I'm
lines.
with you right now. I am 100% because I love road trips.
Yeah, I
So
understand the
it's
first
like-
couple
yeah.
of lines.
I hate driving.
I get it.
But I don't know. It's very like it was fun when we were young, and now we're older. Well, duh. I mean, you're getting old, man. Like that's a no-brainer. You didn't. It's not like the deepest lyrics of all time. It's.
I agree with that too.
Very simplistic, and I understand if it's more of just like, hey, this is our journey. This is what we've been feeling. I get that. I'm not knocking that. It's just to me, I prefer a little bit more depth with their songs, or depth with any song.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like I just kind of look at this as like an upbeat, like, I don't know, kind of fun song. Like, it has a little bit of meaning to it, but it's not like so deep. You know, it's just kind of like, I don't know, a jam.
I think the most deep part about it was the whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's all I remember, honestly. And then once it was done, I was happy and finished crying. So, yeah.
Well, I don't like roller coasters. I'm not a roller coaster person.
Bro.
Now, I get on roller coasters because peer pressure. Exactly. Now, this is why, as an adult, you know, I still like inviting my whole family to come to these places so that me and my dad can just go sit on a bench. While everyone else
They go do the
has
work.
people to ride the rides. They go ride and stand in line and enjoy it and do whatever. And me and my dad will sit on a bench and like look at all the interesting people around the theme
You
park.
enjoy.
Right?
You enjoy watching others have the fun.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
But and I will do the roller coaster. And you know what? Like, I've got a 9-year-old who gets terrified on roller coasters. Terrified. I have video evidence. And I love her just being tortured by a ride. It's fun, right? It's fun. And so I'm going to be the one, like, I'm like not enjoying myself, but I'm going to be the guy with my hands in palms of the sky. Woo. And I'm be, woo, woo, and she's like holding her breath, like, and so I want the roller coaster to be terrifying eventually, because when it is, you get to a point where it drops out, and then she can't hold her breath anymore. So she starts this death scream, and she's finally breathing again. I know she's breathing. She's still alive. Cool. So
Wow.
that's my favorite part of roller coaster. Part of the lows for someone else are the highs for me. On roller coaster specifically, okay?
That's
because
deep.
truthfully, they get off and they're enjoying the thought of the roller coaster, and at least in the short term, I'm like, that was horrible. I don't feel like doing another roller coaster for the rest of the day. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow because I got a headache now. And so the roller coaster thing, I get highs and lows that they're talking about in relation to a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I see the analogy.
Yeah.
I get it. Doesn't mean I like it, but I do. I get it.
Doesn't mean it just crashed your brain and made you go, oh my gosh. Highs and lows in life? What?
I'm all about the analogies here. I do agree. It's kind of, it could be a more it's a little basic.
Yeah.
It's a little basic,
And,
but that's
it
a
is-
Jonas Brothers song.
It is.
I was
who they
just
are.
about to
They're
say, like,
basic.
it's a boy
They're
band.
They're basic.
What did you expect?
Right.
You know,
Are
like,
they a boy band at this point? Like,
I think they're all
because when I think of
boys.
boy band, I think of like Naked Brothers Band or Jonas Brothers when they were younger.
One Direction.
Basically, yeah,
Do you-
One
Do you
Direction.
not think that grown adult men can be a boy band?
No, I think it's kind of creepy at that
Is it
point.
a man band?
It's just a.
But
it's just a
honestly-
band.
Man
like-
band.
They're like doing
man
something
band.
that nobody else has really done before, though. Like, they
Where's
broke
that?
up as kids, and now they're all back together, and they're all brothers. And I think that's something they have that nobody else has, which is kind of
Try
interesting.
telling that to NSYNC, man.
They weren't brothers, man. They were not brothers.
Yeah.
But you know, I think about NSYNC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to really have any depth in any of this lyrics.
No,
But
I don't.
Like they sang about getting paid. Like it's Friday night and they just got paid, right? Like that was my favorite NSYNC song. It's Friday night, and then just got paid, right? Like, dude, what a ridiculous song! What a ridiculous song! But I can see myself on a Friday after getting my check. I like,
Yeah.
It's relatable.
it's $60 for the week, like whatever.
Oh
Accurate.
my goodness.
The problem is, Josiah, that I don't think anybody's gonna know that song.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
It's
even know
at
that
least,
song.
It's at least 20 years old. 20.
I hadn't heard
I'm
that
only
one.
20.
Yeah.
But like thinking about like even again the boy band thing, I would almost consider NSYNC because I think they're back together right now.
Are they?
Oh, they
back
are?
together?
There can only
I
be like
think-
3 of them though.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Not
I don't think it's
fully
all of
back
them.
together.
Not fully, but I think a few of them are back and touring.
Yeah.
So I look at them, and I could definitely say boy band. But Jonas Brothers, at least they can play instruments. They're not just standing there
Well-
dancing around like a typical.
Let's
Boy
talk
band.
about Kevin. Kevin and the Jonas Brothers.
Wait. Back
Kevin.
up.
Which
one's
one's
Kevin?
The least famous one.
Oh,
Who lived
Which
a
one?
normal,
Top, middle,
he lived a
bottom.
normal
Top,
life.
middle, or bottom.
Oldest.
He's the oldest. Okay.
He's the oldest.
So he wasn't as cute as the other ones.
Yes,
But
that is
also-
a big
He was
effect.
like
Yeah.
he was like
He's
too
that
old to
the ugly
still
one.
cute, right?
Yeah.
Like in my mind,
He just
I
had
don't
a
know what
different
that's like,
look.
He was
but-
18, I think, when they started getting big.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's
Yeah.
the problem.
He was-
So
he was
he's
an adult.
Yeah.
Too old
he's
for
too
us.
old for the young teenage girls.
But the
Yep.
problem that I'm having, or what I realized during the documentary, is he just plays the guitar.
Yeah.
What
That's
differentiates Kevin from the rest of the band?
I'm sure he puts input into their music. He
I
has
forgot
to.
he was in the
Sure.
band.
Like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
It's probably just the fact that he doesn't sing. Like girls are like, oh my gosh, he's singing. Like he's in the front of the stage, like versus
I mean, he
he's
puts
just
on
off to
a
the
show.
side, like playing the guitar.
He puts on a show for sure.
Yeah.
But so
It's
does-
just different.
There's the rest of the band, but the rest of the band isn't considered
The Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
If you have to say who's Kevin, I think that just.
I
says
literally,
it
I
all.
always forget his name.
Who's Kevin?
Oh,
I
Which
always
one? The
remember Nick
non-cute one?
and
Got it.
So Nick,
Joe.
Kevin, Joe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
Yes.
is Joe the youngest or is
Joe
Joe
is
the middle?
Nick,
Okay.
Nick is the youngest.
Nick is the
well,
youngest.
there's a younger Jonas brother as well.
Isn't it
Except
Frankie
fourth?
Jonas?
There's a fourth. Yes, Frankie.
Frankie?
Frankie.
Yet he is not part of
That's
the
a
Jonas
name.
Brothers. He is just
We love
A
them.
Jonas brother.
He's a loser.
yes, accurate.
Nick's the most famous one, when it
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like
'Cause
he
he went
crosses
solo.
acting and
He
like,
went solo
stuff
and then
too.
started really getting popular from his music, which I've enjoyed some of his music. I think Nick is a lot better than the other two. I can't say anything for Kevin. Is Kevin
Kevin had a
He-
reality TV show at one point.
Yeah, but he just lived kind of like a low key life,
Yeah, he's
right?
got
Yeah.
kid, has kids.
Like he
living
got
his best old
married
man life.
and just like had kids
Nick-
and like still has a buttload of money, so he's just like chilling.
He's living, living the high life.
Right? Yeah, and then he gets around his brothers and he gets real low.
and they're all
They're
like,
just like
got
pushing
all
him
this
back
money.
down. Like you might have been born first, but you are not as important as the rest of us anymore. It's a tough dynamic.
But then Joe joined another band,
He did.
DNC.
E.
DNCE.
DNC.
ABC.
Yeah.
Dance with that thing.
Oh,
Dance.
I'm
I
lost.
think-
dance.
DN. Wait.
DNCE.
Didn't.
Do you know the song "Cake by the Ocean"?
Oh yeah, I know
That
that.
is that Joe Jonas.
Really?
That song.
Oh, okay.
Drawing a blank.
That's all I know.
Oh no.
There we go.
See you walking around like it's a funeral.
That's it.
That's it. That's actually sounded really good. There's times where I like start to sing songs. I'm like, no one's ever gonna get this. But like, if I had sang that song that way, I would feel confident. Everyone knows what song I'm singing. You crushed it for sure. You crushed it.
That sounded so bad, but thank you.
That was
No.
so good.
No,
I
you
thought
did great. You
it
did great.
sounded
I
exactly
said-
like.
Yeah.
The song-
As soon as I started,
I
I was like,
don't
oh,
know,
no.
but if
Yeah.
I was to listen to it, I'm certain it was very, very
Immediately,
similar.
she started singing, and I cringed inside, and I said, "Oh, she's got to carry this. She's committed. She's got to."
I know.
she's
That's
gotta
in my
pull
head. I was
through."
like, "Oh, you need to stop." But I was like, if I stop, it's gonna look lame. So just finish it and don't mess it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Jonas Brothers, love them, hate them, whatever. We mentioned that Google, you said that Apple Music knew more than Google as far as how to spell things. I would
I feel like Google doesn't hold any licensing agreements with the artists
Most
or
likely.
the.
Yeah.
That is
And
fair.
so I have a feeling Apple Music is probably gonna. They would get in trouble potentially if they
it's a possibility.
posted improperly.
It is a
Could.
possibility. So, on this topic of Google, so one of the discussion topics I gave you was the price of tea in China. And me being smart, I was like, I'm going to Google this and give them the answer. Google told me no. I included the screenshot of what Google responded to me.
Yeah.
Short answer.
It
is
says
no.
the short answer is no. So while the topic was originally the price of tea in China, which we can get on that if we so feel, but
I can go down
we
this
talk
road.
about Google telling me no?
Oh,
Well,
It's
it
probably
makes sense.
Well, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
That it told me no.
Which is the idiom.
Well,
what does that have to
it
do with the
says-
price of tea in China?
What is the price of tea in China? Short answer is no. So that you can't like basically
you
be like,
Googled?
oh, this is the exact pricing for tea. Because when I was there for about a month, and I went into like this underground selling area. Basically, you can buy
The black market.
black market.
just about to
yeah.
say that.
Thank you. So you can
Literally.
buy shoes, purses, whatever.
Guns,
Y-
weapons.
Viruses.
Well, no, none of that. But you can buy
George?
anything that you would want. So like a Gucci bag,
Ooh.
a knockoff Gucci bag
it's not
for
Gucci. It's Uchi.
10. Yeah, it's Gucci. $10. But I went there and they had some tea shops in there. So I walked in and bought 2 little bags of tea for I think it was like $5 for each little bag. But if I was to go downtown Shanghai or something like that, go into a fancy or a tea shop, the price of it's gonna be way different than what we're talking about within the black market.
Well, this is where the what would you call this? I think it's an idiom. I think that's what it is, an idiom, and so that's what the argument came from. I think it's England, actually. I know we always talk about tea and us
Yeah,
Americans, we don't get along with like tea in England, right? But
Sweet tea.
oh yeah, all about
What
sweet
kind
tea,
of tea?
no doubt. But the saying is, what does it have to do with the price of tea in China? Is that the price of tea in China mattered to the politicians as they would argue about the things that didn't matter. So they'd start arguing about a sidewalk law or something. Or, hey, what does that got to do with the price of tea in China? Because they were worried about the fluctuating prices and the economy and what they were paying, bringing the tea leaves in. So that's what the saying comes from. It's trying to say what you're saying is not really important anymore. We need to talk about something that is important.
Bro, you went
the price
way
of tea in
deeper
China.
than I even think Google meant.
Yeah, no, and so
The short
maybe
answer is no.
Google is just telling you the price of tea in China turns out doesn't matter anymore.
Where did
Good.
you learn this?
You got Google. Because you gotta phrase the question right. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
How much tea are you buying? Are we going bulk? Are we just going little bags? Are we going?
Well,
It is.
like-
It is upsetting to just be told no.
No.
Well, how often is it just upsetting to be told no in general? Anyway,
don't-
can I do
don't
this?
like
Can
it.
I do that? Can I?
Okay.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not exactly. I think that might be the deeper
The issue.
frustration you have right now.
Maybe Google
Oh.
is
With Google.
Calling you out.
Go there.
Whatever. I just wanted an answer. But along the lines of tea, do we know what the tea is? Do you guys know
what
that
do you
saying?
mean? Are
Yeah.
you talking about like
Spilling
let's
the
spill
tea?
the tea?
Oh, is that
With
it?
Kermit the Frog?
Spilling the.
You didn't know it was like spilling the tea?
Oh gosh, see, I thought I was in. I thought I knew.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Dude, you got to get
I'm
some of that
lost.
tea,
Sure.
bro.
What is
The
it,
tea.
Cherish?
Spilling the tea is like, I'm telling people about you. So I'm spilling a little tea.
The
So
details.
I'm going to go
as if we're
online,
sitting around the
but
tea day or
yes.
gossiping.
So
Yeah.
George,
Yes.
did you
Yeah.
know
Oh.
Josiah doesn't know who he is or what he is or how he is?
No, I did not.
I just-
That's very informative.
Oh, okay.
But you weren't supposed to know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And
you
gossip.
don't ever
Don't
really
gossip.
tell the
Don't gossip.
person what you've done spilled.
Bad.
Very interesting. Now I'm missed out on that.
The
No.
things
Yeah.
you learn as you are an adult in student ministries.
Right?
Yeah.
And you learn that you know nothing.
Very little.
Yeah.
And you're dumb.
Well, they'll at least tell you sometimes, anyways.
Yeah. You get the look. What is the look?
It's
Yeah.
it's confused, but then some of them just pity you,
Yes.
and it's like
That's a
I
pity
was a
confused look.
student not that long ago. It hasn't been that long, so I'm still like I'm in, but then I just start talking to them and I can't stop because they won't talk back or whatever, or they're just probably in their head like, why is this girl talking so much and what is she talking about?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, girlfriend, bye. Oh yeah, run along.
You see that TikTok?
Like we're besties. Okay.
One thing that frustrates me is all the new ways to say things. I can't, for some reason, can't even think of an example. But like just saying, "Hey, let's gossip," is now, "Hey, spill the tea."
I got some
Like,
to tell you.
Just that it's kind of
It's tea
frustrating because there's a new
Yes.
thing every time for
I
a
honestly
certain
say that.
subject.
Yeah.
What? Spill the tea?
No, tea time.
It's tea.
Oh, tea time.
Tea time?
I got some
Tea. I'll call you.
When you're gossiping?
No, because we love the Lord, which means the new phrase is "let's clean up the tea spill." So
Oh.
I'm so sorry I was
Bounty,
spilling
the
tea on
quicker
you.
picker upper.
Ooh, there we go.
Exactly. Use this to clean up.
Do you say that?
I do sometimes.
Do they laugh at you when you say that?
Oh no.
Next.
Oh, tea.
It's tea. Yeah.